Welcome back to CEO Money. I'm Michael Yorba, your host, with Andrew Kernan, CEO, American Property Guard, sitting in for Merv Price, and he's co-hosting the show right now. Andrew, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Michael.
All right, Andrew, you've got some new technology in the housing industry we're going to talk about. If we are able to bring our Shad Sahley on the show, we will. But in the meantime, tell us what's going on in that area.
Okay. So American Property Guard we're started by automating property taxes as part of the title origination process by identifying a workflow item that with a very manual process and stop that. Great success there. Now we're part of most of the major title origination platforms in the country. And so looking at what else in the title origination, mortgage origination process is manual and a manual choke point. And our latest is we're launching this week title legal forms. And so we're automating states that require a lawyer to do the doc prep work on a housing transaction. We're automating that, which will be a huge piece of the title origination process that's right now very manual.
Okay, wonderful. I want to expand on that, but we've got our guest that just showed up here. And Shad, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you.
All right, my pleasure. Shad, my voice is out a little bit, so let me back up a second. It's Shad Sahley with Social Bluebook. Andrew Kernan, CEO, American Property Guard, is going to be my co-host here today. He's going to help me get through this thing. But Shad, let me back up. Tell us who you are, what your company does, and then Andrew is going to follow up with some questions about what Social Bluebook does.
Sure. The number one recent survey was done with 1,000 young people, and they no longer want to be firemen. They don't want to be doctors. They want to be YouTubers. The majority came back saying, we want to be YouTubers. Well, Social Bluebook is business tools for creators. And, our first tool that we released was a tool that told the creators, hey, if you were to do a branding deal with product X, you should get paid this much money for your engagement levels and for your viewership. So kind of like, there's other companies like, some people always refer to Kelley Blue Book, but we tell social media stars and even small social media stars their value for what they should get paid for doing branding deals. And we also have some new tools out that allows them to send proposals, and we give them escrow to protect themselves from getting ripped off from, a lot of international people pay these kids. They say they're going to pay these kids, and they don't pay them. So to wrap it all up, Social Bluebook is business tools for creators.
Wow, that's pretty exciting.
Yep.
Can you give us a little bit of your background on how you got to come up with the idea of Social Bluebook and what experience you had that makes you uniquely able to bring this to market?
Great. Yeah, great question. Yeah, back in the day, I was my class clown in high school. I always wanted to have my own show, and I thought, you know what, I would move to L.A. and I'm going to pursue my dreams. But I knew I had to have a skill, so I learned what they do, nonlinear edit. And I moved to L.A., and I learned very quickly it's not what you know, it's who you know, right? So I ended up getting a job at the network ABC, working in their on-air marketing department in promo. Well, while I was there, I realized I should start my own company. So I started my own production company, and I started getting accounts from ABC. And next thing you knew, I was one of Disney's largest vendors for doing on-air promotions and doing marketing videos. I worked with everybody in Disney. I directed Miley Cyrus in her Hannah Montana Open. I did Phineas and Ferb. I directed 22 seasons of Take Two with Phineas and Ferb, and I did a ton of production stuff. Well, I realized I wasn't happy. I didn't come to Hollywood to promote other people's shows. I wanted to have my own. So in 2007, I started a YouTube channel. Somebody told me, man, there's this platform that you can have your own. You don't make any money, but you can get an audience. So I was like, I want to do this. So I did it. And a very popular YouTuber at the time named Phil DeFranco, he said, I think these guys are one of the funny shows on YouTube. And next thing you know, we were blowing up. We became a top comedy channel overnight, it seemed, right? And I started putting all my focus into YouTube. My wife's like, what are you doing? You don't make any money on this, but you're focusing all your energy on this. Well, I said, guys, I said, honey, I feel passionate about this. I feel alive. I don't care about just making money. I've always liked to make people laugh. And to have this show and people wanting to meet me and talk to me, I really like it. And, we got about 200 million views on this channel. It was an animated channel called Clip Critics. And I started to pursue that whole world. And along the way, I made relationships with a guy named Dan Zappin. He was a creator at the time, and he's the former CEO and founder of Maker Studios. I don't know if you guys know about Maker Studios. Maker Studios was the largest multi-channel network at the time. He said, Chad, you know television, you know the YouTube world. I want you to be like my right-hand man here over at Maker Studios, vice president. I said, all right. So he ended up acquiring my company, and I ended up going over there with my partner, Fran. And we ended up helping Danny out, and we grew that to be one of the largest MCNs in the world, and we really got lucky, and we ended up eventually, that company ended up selling to Disney for $650 million. So I didn't, I had a slither, nothing. I'm not like Donald Trump. I hardly had much, but the good news was it sold. But, I always saw a problem with, I saw a kink in the armor with many of these, not Maker, but these MCNs in general. Like, a lot of the smaller creators who would get $100 to $200 deal, you can't manage that. Or you're going to spend a week on a deal where you make $20, where you make $10. You can't do it, right? So I started thinking manpower is not scalable, but software is, right? Think about it. Uber has no cars, yet they're a $1 billion company. Airbnb has no hotels, yet they're a $1 billion company. I kept thinking, what if we create software and we will have no content? We'll just help facilitate deals with advertisers and creators, right? So that is what we started out to do, and I went to my partner, Sam, who was an executive at Maker. He knew the problems that I was saying for the smaller creators, the micro creators, and he agreed. So we started Social Bluebook, and we've been doing that for a couple of years, but I think it's almost 3 years now, and that's how Social Bluebook came about.
Wow, that's phenomenal. Yeah, I'm sure many people, and I've thought about it myself, how do you monetize anything on YouTube? And I have a good sense of how to start, having done bid for click marketing in my past, but at the same time, to come up with that as a business model, it sounds like just a great kind of...
Well, it's a great question. I mean, there's three key ways to make money on YouTube, okay? There is the media buy, or people call it AdWords, Google AdSense, where they'll put a pre-roll, a lower third, or a display ad on your YouTube channel, and you will get paid for how many views you get, right? And how much engagement, how much the watch time. They really focus on watch time now. The second way you can make money is called brand awareness, where basically, hey, if you hold this product up in your video, you'll get paid for it, right? So that's a brand awareness deal. Now, the most ROI, the return on the investment for an advertiser or a brand, is the brand awareness deal, right? Everybody skips those pre-roll ads before the video. Everybody knows that. But when your favorite vlogger is saying, I love this product, you're forced to listen to them, right? Especially if it's authentic and genuine.
Hey, Chad, I hate to cut you off, but we're kind of running low on time, and sure. I kind of wanted to give you a chance to talk a little bit about where you guys are at now. I know you recently landed a Reg 8 offering. Can you tell us a little bit of how you got funded and where you guys are going? And you really only probably have about a minute left to do that. So.
Got it. Yeah. In a nutshell, we went around to friends and family. We went around to some of the biggest YouTubers in the world, Shay Carl, EB Family, a bunch of big creators, Charles Trippy, a bunch of big ones, Furious Pete, and they all heard the idea and they loved it and they invested. So we raised our seed, friends and family money through. We raised our money through friends and family, and now we decided to do a Reg A Plus, which allows the community to invest in Social Bluebook. We thought it would be great to let more of these creators invest if they can. And the minimum investment is $500, and it allows anybody and everybody to invest. Up to date, you can only have VCs invest, and all the other people, and the bankers, they end up making all the money. Well, the Reg A Plus allows you to let your audience own Social Bluebook with you. So we thought, wouldn't it be cool if we have 108,000, I think, registered users right now. Wouldn't it be great if we let our fan base own Social Bluebook with us, because then they could help promote it? So that's why we chose the Reg A Plus, so we can let our users own it with us, and anybody else who wants to own it with us.
All right, Shad, real quick, contact information for you. We've got to run, but I'm going to call you tomorrow about this.
Yeah. You can go to our invest.socialbluebook.com. That's where you can find out more, and you can go to www.socialbluebook.com, and you'll see an invest button on the top there, and that's where you can make an investment.
All right, thanks, Shad.
And they take credit cards.
Okay.
All right.
Shad,
Thanks, Shad.
We just got that option. Thank you.
You're welcome. Shad Sahley, Social Bluebook, socialbluebook.com. You've been listening to CEO Money with Michael Yorba and Andrew Kernan, CEO, American Property Guard. We'll be right back on the other side of this break with James Ross, Hedge Chatter.